Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome back to Puyo Puyo block, I guess. We have Peace again here with us. So, Peace, hello.
Whoa, I'm back? No way.
Anyway, we are going to be doing Puyo Puyon, which is the fourth game in the franchise of Puyo Puyo. And it's not a spin-off version of Puyo Puyo that uses the Puyo 1 rule set, but rather its own rule set, but also the 2 rule set in many ways. So, in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Here we go. So I'm gonna give a quick tidbit about this game. So, well, first of all, this game released on multiple platforms: the PS1, the Dreamcast, and the version that Arcania is playing on, the N64. Only in Japan. Oh, and of course the I believe the Game Boy Color. Basically, oh, nice all clear. We finally get to talk about that now. So in Puyo Puyo 2, if you get an all clear, basically your damage is doubled the next time you chain. So yeah, it's kind of over for Skeleton T here. And that little thing is called a super attack. For the most part, these characters will either wipe off the garbage Puyo on that's on their board, or they will basically increase their chaining power. And I believe Skeleton, or actually not take any damage for quite some time. And spoilers, that is a certain character's super attack.
Yes, spoiler alert, it's the final boss. So this is the twist that I was alluding to earlier. Pretty much, this game has the super attacks, which is honestly a genius idea. I don't know about the execution though.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Usually I'm not having this much trouble on the second stage, but considering that we got really unlucky at the start with the RNG, it is what it is. And we are still getting reds. I don't want reds anymore, game. But you're going to see that a lot with Puyo Puyo games, that you'll just get a color and you'll just have to deal with it.
Right. Also, you might notice that Beam Beam Machine had 5 colors to work with. So this game's difficulty is weird, to say the least. For the first few fights, you start with 3 colors, and then shortly we move on to 4. And I believe I think the only fight in the game that uses 5 is against Dark Prince, or Satan. I call him Dark Prince because I think that name is cooler.
It is the final bosses of the run, pretty much the final 2 levels. So it is Satan, and yeah, we're not gonna spoil the final boss because we want to keep it a surprise, don't we?
Yeah, and sadly cutscenes are turned off, so we won't be able to see the characters interact with each other, but so basically the plot of this game, Arl, the main character, and her pet, whatever kind of animal Carbuncle is, they basically go on an adventure. They're having fun on their, married air or whatever, and then Arl comes across this circus, and this clown, or whatever you want to call this character, this clown comes up and just snatches Carbuncle out of nowhere. It basically just lures a cute little creature into this tent, and Arl basically lost her companion. So she's having to basically traverse through the traverse through her land just to find her pet, whatever kind of animal Carbuncle is.
I mean, I think a pet bunny.
Yeah, I think he's a Puyo version of a bunny, but yeah.
Like we
Carbuncle
can't
has
really
been
talk.
annoying for me for quite a bit, so.
We really don't know what Carbuncle is.
Right.
That's just the moral of the story.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
nice
an all clear. I think this is actually going to kill without me doing anything extra, but I'm going to do anything extra anyway. Yeah, I didn't need to do anything extra. So we're back to having 3 colors now. But we have a stage gimmick now. So to explain that, I'll have Pisa explain that while I focus.
Yeah, so basically, some fights in this game have funny gimmicks where either the Puyo will drop in chunks, or the Puyo will fall slowly. You'll see that gimmick really soon, and because we're in the volcano stage, for whatever reason, Sega/Compile decided to think that it was a cool idea to make Puyo fall slowly in some places. Yeah, so I mean, it kind of like allows you to make a comeback, but as you see here, it's much quicker. And here's the fun fact: the N64 version of this game is the fastest version to run, whereas the Dreamcast/PS1 versions are relatively slow because of the fact you're playing the game on a disc, while this game is purely like ran on a cartridge. So extremely common Dreamcast and PS1L, even though I run this game on Dreamcast because it was it was the last game released by Compile before Sega bought the copyrights to Puyo Puyo, because Compile was running Compile had to file for bankruptcy in 1999 actually.
Yes. Which is kind of sad, because I loved these games. But I would love to see what Combo would have done next. But yeah, sadly that never happened.
So I will quickly mention that Draco will be the first character we will add to our team. So basically, before each fight, Arcania will select which super attack they will want to use when the situation arises. But for the most part, we won't be using super attacks for the run.
We will just have a gauntlet of using it quite a bit very soon.
Yeah.
You'll see when it comes up.
And margin time does exist in Puyo Puyo 4. So basically, even though this game is called Puyo Puyon, which is basically Yon is 4 in Japanese, for simplicity, some of us like to call it Puyo Puyo 4. So.
Just for simplicity's sake, we are going to keep calling it Puyo Puyo 4 now. And alright, I didn't expect to win already, but there we go. So now we have Draco's ability.
Yeah, I do not like this stage gimmick at all, and notice how the Puyo, like when you're splitting, it falls slowly. So, and I actually forget what this garbage Puyo is called. But basically, when you set off the chain, it will actually deal extra damage based on the number of that garbage Puyo. So now No-Ho-Ho's super attack, basically it's like RNG, and what we should see it. Wow, okay.
We are not saying No-Ho-Ho's attack.
That's actually really good. Now, Saralee, she has a pretty broken super attacking mechanic where she basically changes any Puyo, basically her Puyo, to any matching adjacent color, meaning that she can potentially get an all clear early on, or actually later on. So, now, like me personally, when I run this game, I will like get my first 2 pieces and then just use her super attack, get a free all clear, and just beat the AI.
We are gonna be doing that as well. It's going to come up real soon. And honestly, it's the most broken ability in the game. It is so broken. Also, I think the AI is going to kill itself. But yeah, we have Serlis ability. Also, we are getting really bad RNG.
Yeah, so the problem here is that the first 2 colors have to match, and okay, yeah, that works.
Luckily, that worked. That was very luckily.
Nice.
And nice. Let's see if we are lucky again, or if we are getting. Okay, we're lucky.
Ooh, nice lag, game.
This game is very laggy in nature.
The cool thing about Serly's super attack as well is that you can almost infinitely chain all clears. Like right here. And for every reason, you have 3 colors, so...
Yeah, against Charlie, I have 3 colors. Also, another all clear. Also, she is annoying. So, there we go. Please. Done and dusted.
Alright.
So we have our next one usable item here. So usable teammate.
Yeah, so Witch's super attack randomly wipes off Puyo from one column of the board. So the PS1/Dreamcast Best Known Time at the time, of course, used Witch's super attack for the fight versus I believe I forgot her name. Yeah, Chico. Possibly one of my least favorite fights of any Puyo game. Worse than Papoy in Fever 1 and Strange Klug in Fever 2. But thankfully Arcania is playing on a much easier difficulty, so the fight is less cringe.
And there we go. I didn't use Surly's bar up there by accident. I just didn't think about using it. So yeah, time to use Witch's Magic. Oh my god. And do a 2-chain there.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
Not bad. That was quick. I want to say on Dreamcast, it's a bit different in terms of damage. I might have to test that.
Yeah.
Or it could be the damage is different on the easy difficulty. I'm not sure, but that was really fast.
Yeah, it's just that I did a 2-chain, and I think that is why. But also because of difficulty probably as well.
Yeah, that could be it. Oh yeah, speaking of Chico, thankfully she just topped out for free, because you can literally just she can literally just mash her super attack when she's taking enough damage. So
she still does sometimes, and it's still annoying.
So now we have our fight against Shezo. This character is probably a meme in the Puyo games, and let's just say that Japanese humor is completely different than that of our humor. So,
yeah, either like way to go about it. Shezo's a big meme. We're gonna go back to using Serlead because we are back to using regular boards.
And so we talked about Rulu in the previous run. Now we get to see her again as Arl's true rival. The funny thing is about this fight is that what Arcania is doing here is trying to build a powerful chain, because now Rulu has just enough to basically use her super attack at least 3 times. If she matches one more color, and also we see the volcano stage mechanic again. So basically her super attack, it's pretty funny. Her board just flips, everything flips upside down, and if she gets another chain, she can do it again. But thankfully, the more you use your super attack, the longer it takes for it to charge. So this is one of the longest fights in the game, at least casually, because of the fact that Rulu just flips her board upside down. And I think, all things going well, this should be a win. Yeah. Nice.
There we go. No, time for actually building chains. And 5-color Puyo as well.
So there is also a stage gimmick with the fight against the Dark Prince. If you match up Puyo from column 1 to column 6, and they have to be of the same color, yeah, just like that, a chain will automatically be set off.
I mean, it's no big deal with that.
Yeah. And also there's a damage multiplier, which is RNG ? I've not really like looked into it, because I typically just like run the game as Puyo. I don't like factor in damage multipliers because the chaining is just multiplying as is. So
I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I need to build some here.
Also,
but yeah.
Also, you may notice that Arcania doesn't have any characters on their side of the board. That's because in the story, the Dark Prince snagged all the characters. But funnily enough, this isn't the final fight. We have 16 stages, so you'll be surprised as to whom we're going to be fighting as our final boss. And funnily enough, this character kind of makes a reappearance in Puyo Puyo 7, but not exactly.
And it's time for the reveal of... Wait, that's us.
Oh,
wait, what?
Whoa.
What? Wait, what?
Huh? Oops. Basically, the clown that I mentioned in the early part of the game, this is Doppelganger Arl. Not to be confused with Dark Arl from Puyo Puyo 7, which is basically Ekolo, possessing Arl. Basically, we don't know how Doppelganger Arl was like basically came to be. She just exists. And you may notice that she basically has Arl's super attack where we're basically up to 30 seconds she won't take any damage, and at the beginning she immediately spammed her super attack, and that's kind of what you want, because that gives you time to build a really powerful chain to make sure that even if she does spam her super attack, she will have you have accumulated enough chains to that she'll just top out quicker. So she might top out here, actually. But as it stands now, she won't be able to get an extra chain going. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
She is going to top out.
Yeah. And time's going to be when the board drops. And...
Fine.
GG. That was a really awesome run. Well done.
Yeah, this run is very fun to show off because of how simplistic it is, but also because of how crazy it is. It's a very it's not a beginner's run. I will tell you that much. But if you're interested in learning, either me and Bean or Puyo Puyo, and we have a community Discord for just Puyo Puyo speedruns. But I also just want to do another quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Peace for helping me out with the commentary.
Of course.
I also want to give a shout out to the SegaCrew for hosting this. It's a lot of fun to take part of this. I also want to give a shout out to pretty much the general Puyo Puyo, English Puyo Puyo community. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
And thank you for showing us that excellent run, Arc. Love the Puyo Puyo series. Up next, we have got Helix with Super Monkey Ball, which should be a lot of fun. So everybody stick around. We got a lot more coming up on SEGATHON 5.